Shisha.
Ready? Play.
And now here I go slice. And this is normal flat. But see, sometimes you don't actually, sometimes you don't. And now here I go slice. And this is normal flat. But see, sometimes you don't actually, sometimes you don't. And now here I go slice. And this is normal flat. But see, sometimes you don't actually, sometimes you don't.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Game, set, match, Sabalenka. Ready? Play.
And hello, one and all, and welcome along to a gorgeous and very comfortable New York night, quarterfinal night, first of two at the U.S. Open. And what an incredible quarterfinal match we have for you. The rematch of the Australian Open final from many months ago now. Aryna Sabalenka, the finalist from last year here in New York, and Qinwen Zheng of China, the now Olympic gold medalist, set to face off in a U.S. Open quarterfinal for the second time and set to take each other on in a Grand Slam for the second time this year. In fact, it has now been a calendar year, and these two have faced off three times in a major match. Quarterfinals here last year, it was Sabalenka in straight sets, and the Australian Open final from this year, Sabalenka also in straight sets. We are ready to go, players on the court, and Sabalenka, the big striker, to serve first to the Olympic gold medalist. And her first serve is into the net. Temperature just about hitting 70 here on this Tuesday night after Labor Day. Sabalenka's second serve is there. Zheng a backhand return. Hard hit back by Sabalenka. That's, of course, always the game plan for her. And the forehand is lifted long from Qinwen Zheng. And Sabalenka has the first point with the forehand error from the Olympic gold medalist. That is what has happened since these two last faced off. Sabalenka, of course, didn't play at the Olympics. Serve out wide is terrific, and Zheng was able to get it back, but it might have just clipped a let cord. And, of course, Qinwen Zheng winning Olympic gold for China. Sabalenka serves again. Once more goes out wide. This time misses the mark. Now a second serve coming for the number 2 seed, beaten finalist here 12 months ago, of course. Second serve is there. Backhand return thumped by Zheng. Deep the forehand by Sabalenka. Zheng loops it back. Sabalenka with the backhand. Two-fisted backhand up the line from Zheng. Cross-court Sabalenka. Cross-court from Zheng was good at an angle. Put Sabalenka on the defensive. Driven backhand up the middle by Zheng. And now she hits another one, and it's a winner. Backhand winner there from Zheng. And it's 15-all. Certainly, we hope to get a match where both of these two are on their game, because this is a fantastic matchup. As we say hi to Ashley in the comments. Off that 12-ball rally here, Sabalenka serving out wide. Zheng makes the return. No, she doesn't. It's just long. And it's 30-15. Is it Josip? Good day from Australia, he says. And certainly glad to have you with us. It's actually quite amazing to be communicating with an Australian watching the U.S. Open at a crazy time for you, because it's normally me in America watching the Australian Open at a crazy time for me. So welcome along. First serve missed up the tee from Sabalenka at 30-15. Here she goes again. High ball toss as usual. Comes down and goes out wide. Backhand return deep from Zheng. Forehand blasted up the middle but long there from Sabalenka. So very competitive opening game, 30-all. Eh, 9:20 a.m. there. So that's actually not such a crazy time. Would have been more of a crazy time earlier today then. Sabalenka serves into the net. I just know I have sometimes had dreams or maybe nightmares, depending on how you want to classify it, on Australian Open matches at 3 in the morning here. Good serve out wide from Sabalenka, and then the open court is where her backhand winner goes into the ad court corner, and it's 40-30. Serve +1. If it's working for Sabalenka, if she has it, she is so very good. World-class player, of course. Almost untouchable when she's really hitting her marks. Here's the serve out wide. Zheng makes the return. Cross-court the forehand, Sabalenka. Zheng on the move, and she's hit a terrific forehand winner. She's lashed that up the line into the ad court, and it is deuce. Remember the Women's World Cup last year? I lost track of what day it was. Watching it from Australia and New Zealand. Deuce here. Sabalenka serves out wide. That's a tremendous serve. Always kicking away from Zheng at 107 miles an hour. Fabulous first serve there, and Sabalenka gets to another game point. Zheng standing so very far behind the baseline here. Sabalenka once more goes out wide, this time unable to hit her mark. Definitely under pressure in her first service game. This is a promising start from Zheng, who is yet to take a set off of Sabalenka in only 2 matches. Big backhand return from Zheng. Squash-shotted back by Sabalenka. Forehand deep from Zheng. Forehand is long there from Sabalenka, and it's deuce. That's a great return from Zheng. And it is deuce. And this opening game has lasted nearly 6 minutes. Emma Navarro, of course, waits in the semifinal here on Thursday. Sabalenka serves. Forehand return of Zheng was good. All forehand from Sabalenka. Cross-court the backhand Zheng. Up the middle goes Sabalenka. Going big, but missing the forehand is Zheng. And Sabalenka will have another game point. Navarro earlier today, as you well know by now, winning the last 6 games of the second set to dispatch of Paula Badosa, 6-2 and 7-5. Navarro, on she goes to the semifinals to play the winner of this match. Either way, it should be a good one. Forehand return by Zheng. That loops long, and Sabalenka is able to hold serve to start. 6+ minutes the opening game was, but Sabalenka is able to hold. Of course, at the top side of the draw, the other 2 quarterfinals tomorrow. Karolina Mukova against Beatriz Hachad-Maia, and Iga Swiatek against Jess Pegula. Yosip says, the early matches I usually record and watch later. Yeah, I've gotten to that point with the Australian Open. The later matches I record. I'm not young anymore. Can't be staying up all hours. Of course, I did it when I was in school, which also was not a smart thing to do. The real Hector 316 is here with us as well. Be sure to leave comments. Also, I did see a poll go up on who's going to win. Sabalenka presently has 66% of the votes. Be sure to get those votes in, as always, as here is Zheng to serve for the first time after the change of ends. Serves here up the middle, goes long. As mentioned, has yet to take a set from Sabalenka. They've only met the 2 times, though, of course. Second serve is there. Sabalenka drives a backhand return. Looped back there by Zheng short. Sabalenka gobbles that up, as she almost always does, stepping up very confidently and stroking a backhand winner cross court. Zheng has gone 3 sets 3 times in this tournament already. Serve out wide, blocked back by Sabalenka short. Zheng steps up, slices it up the line. Very crafty there from the gold medalist. And it's 15-all. Of course, having the very tough opening round draw against Anisimova didn't help. Came from a set down to be Anisimova. It was a very unfortunate draw for both players. Fortunate for us that we got to see it, but I'd like to have seen that in a 3rd or 4th round rather than first. Serve into the net there from Zheng at 15-all. She also had to come from a set down in the 2nd round against Erica Andreeva. Second serve here. Oh, Sabalenka pounds it back, and Zheng unable to get it back in play off of her shoelaces, and it's 15-30. Took care of Yule Niemeyer in straight sets, dropping just 3 games in the 3rd round. In the 4th round, she also had to go 3 sets. That was a long one, 3 hours almost, against Vekic, winning 6-2 in the 3rd. Zheng serves into the net. Facing pressure here in her first service game. Second serve is there. Oh my goodness, Sabalenka has just rocketed a return up the line. Forehand winner, and she's got 2 break points at 15-40. I mean, that's untouchable, returning like that. Break points for Sabalenka to claim a very early lead. Zheng serves and misses long. Second serve, up the tee. Sabalenka darts the return back into the net. One break point saved by Zheng, another one to come, of course, beating Vekic in the rematch of that gold medal match. She took care of Vekic rather easily on the clay at Roland Garros. Had to go, as mentioned, almost 3 hours in 3 sets to win that 4th round encounter here just a couple of days ago. So she's been on the court a lot so far. Facing another break point, she misses the first serve into the net at 110. Second serve, she will catch the ball toss and start again. Toss up, serve is down. Sabalenka drives the return back with the backhand up the middle from Zheng. That's long, and that's the break for Sabalenka. So a very early lead for the twice Australian Open champion, including this year against her opponent tonight, beating her in the final, and it's a 2-love start for Sabalenka. So after having to go pretty deep into her first service game, but holding, now a break in hand for Aryna. It's in terrific form, coming in as you well know. Waiting on some folks to find their seats. It is not very full here to start this primetime session, which is a bit sad to see. They were finding her seats right behind Sabalenka, who now serves out wide. Zheng cannot put the return in play. Forehand up the line is wide. Sabalenka has had to go to a third set only once so far. She dropped the first set in the 3rd round, but come back to win, actually, the last 2 sets rather easily against Ekaterina Alexandrova. Serve out wide was terrific. Zheng makes the return, but Sabalenka held up for her to drive a forehand. Short ball back by Zheng. A drop shot, though, is squashed into the net from Sabalenka. It's 15 all. That was her 3rd round encounter against Alexandrova that had to go to 3 sets again, 6-1, 6-2 in the final 2 sets. Before that, she beat Priscilla Hahn in the 1st round. Lucia Bronzetti in the 2nd round. Those matches took barely over an hour. Serves out wide here. Zheng blocks the return back. Sabalenka off forehand comes to the net. Zheng's going to force her to hit a volley, but it's a good volley cross court. Sabalenka 30-15, and then beating Mertens here in the 4th round, 6-2 and 6-4. So just the 1 set dropped and has not spent a lot of time on the court. She's only gone over, well, she's went an hour 40 in that 3rd round, less than an hour 40 in all of her other matches. Meanwhile, as we mentioned, Zheng has been on quite a bit. 30-15 serve. Big one to the forehand of Zheng. Sabalenka again just gobbles up that ball that just hangs up there. Forehand winner gets her to 40-15 and a chance to consolidate the early break. Coco Gauff loss tragedy has effects in the stands. Serve here from Sabalenka misses. Second serve, Sabalenka, and she puts that one long, so it's a double fault. Brings it to 40-30. Still a game point for 3-love. Here she goes, Sabalenka on the serve to the backhand of Zheng up the middle. Forehand, that's into the net there from Sabalenka, so she's been forced to go to deuce now in both of her service games. Josip says, I have Sabalenka winning the title. Cheering for Mukova, though. Goat, and it's just Goat. What do you think about Dimitrov and Tiafoe? That could be a lengthy one, as Josip says. Sabalenka serves. out wide. Oh my goodness, almost pulled Zheng off the court to hit the return, but she put it in up the line, and then Sabalenka's big backhand is into the net, so Zheng doing well to just make that return. She was pulled all the way off the court to do so, but then Sabalenka went big on the backhand, put it into the net, already her 6th unforced error in this just the 3rd game, and Zheng has a chance to get the break back immediately. Serve here from Sabalenka, and she finds the net there. Zheng steps closer to the baseline here. Second serve from Sabalenka. It's there to the back end of Zheng. Deep return. Forehand up the middle from Sabalenka. Up the line, the forehand from Zheng. Throwing her body into a backhand there. Sabalenka up the middle from Zheng, trying to take the angles away from Sabalenka here, who goes big with a forehand. Off the top of the net goes Zheng, and I thought it was going to trickle over on Sabalenka's side and find a spot inside the line. It does not. Very tight let cord here, as usual in New York. And it did clamber on back to Zheng's side. So, break point saved from Sabalenka. Her first service game went nearly 6 minutes. This has gone 4.5. Serves it deuce out wide. Perfect placement. Zheng could only block it back into the net. And it's a game point again from Sabalenka. Here's Sabalenka looking for 3 love. Missed the first serve again. Collects herself and gets set again. On this second serve. Falls into a service motion. Kicked out wide. Zheng rockets it long. And Sabalenka has an early 3-love lead. Terrific start for the Australian Open champion, the number 2 seed. 3-love up on the Olympic gold medalist. John also believes could be a lengthy one tonight. Tiafoe and Dimitrov, which, of course, the way the games are going here, I know it's 3-love, but with the length of the games here, could be a long one here and could very well be a long night in New York if Dimitrov and Tiafoe goes 4 or 5, which I think you'd have to say you'd probably bet on at least going 4. I think Tiafoe will just take it, in my less than expert opinion. I will say the comment there about the effect Coco's loss has had, I can say from just the perspective of how the tournament is now being covered on ESPN here stateside, you can definitely tell ESPN would have really liked Coco to keep on going. Obviously, they still have Emma and Pegula, but man, oh man, Coco is a big draw, of course, big fan favorite, and they would have liked her to have been a part of the final again, or at least the semifinals. Ted Lasso is there, yeah. The world feed, so ESPN, I have it on both screens actually because ESPN is so bad to go to break and not come back in time, which they might be doing here. So I do have the world feed up here. And yeah, Ted Lasso is there. Look at him go. As here's Zheng serving out wide. Tremendous serve right there. And Sabalenka's return is into the net. So ESPN has not come back to see that. $15-love. Zheng trying to get on the board. She's played well here to start. Serves up the tee block. Back by Sabalenka. Forehand by Zheng is a winner. She has played well, but Sabalenka's just won the big points in each game to get her to this 3-love lead. It's the same thing when the Yankees get eliminated. They think New York is the center of the world. Yes, indeed. Zheng serves into the net. Fortunately, they have the Dodgers and the Braves to fall back on when the Yankees get eliminated. Here's a good serve up the tee. Sabalenka's return is fired long. Zheng in good control here at 40 love. I love Ted Lasso. I loved Ted Lasso. .40 love. Zheng catches the ball toss. Now serves out wide and fires down an ace. That's just the 4th time she's made a first serve. It's a really good one. Ace out wide, holds it love. Zheng's on the board here. 3-1. And I think we found the real Hector's baseball fandom where it lies. Of course, they would certainly love to see, speaking of ESPN, Tiafoe and Fritz continue their runs. Sabalenka serves out wide. Missed it there just barely. Just speaking from a very biased standpoint here, serve out wide there. Zheng, good return. 4 and up the line. Sabalenka comes to the net. Oh, that ball was dipping on her, and she had hit a very awkward volley, and she's missed it long. That was an awkward ball, and she was a little bit late making the decision to come into it. Ended up missing the volley. I'm not calling any more men's matches on the channel here. So I can say this because I don't have a bias towards it, I suppose, now, or I can have a bias towards it. I really hope Taylor Fritz can win this title. Sabalenka misses the first serve. It's been so long, goodness gracious, so long, since an American man has won a slam. Sabalenka serves to the backhand of Zheng. Good return, backhand up the middle. Sabalenka, off forehand from Zheng. That's long, and it's 15 all. Really be nice if Fritz or Tiafoe could do it, but I've always been a Taylor Fritz fan. Certainly love if he was able to do it. Of course, that could be that semifinal matchup, Fritz and Tiafoe. Terrific win earlier today over Zverev. Serve by Sabalenka was really good. Bodied off, but wide from Zheng, and Sabalenka gets it to 30-15, 2 points in a row after that missed volley. I would really like to see a Taylor Fritz Jack Draper final. What a final that would be. Sabalenka serves, forehand reply from Zheng. Backhand cross-court Sabalenka into the net. Goes Zheng, it's 40-15. Do you think you could commentate on chess? Oh. Sabalenka serves, game point, up the tee. Zheng blocks the return back, and then that's a very terrible slice shot there from Sabalenka. That's missed woefully. 40-30. So I would say that I'm probably the most versatile announcer you've never heard of. I don't know if I could do chess. I don't think so. There's not many sports where I would say that I could not do it. I feel like that would probably be one of them. Sabalenka serves out wide, and tremendous serve, and she holds for 4-1. Mostly because I don't understand chess. Now, I never had anyone to teach me chess as a child. I don't understand a bit of it. The rules, nothing. I understand none of it. So I don't think I would be qualified. I don't know if I would be qualified to call chess. Like I said, there's only a few that I would say that I absolutely couldn't do. Chess would be one of them, if we call that a sport. Now, that might be creating a controversy. Do we call that a sport? There's Roger Federer on screen, my goodness. It's certainly a competition. Is it a sport? That might get into other waters that I don't know. I have never attempted never attempted to do any of the combat sports, the boxing, wrestling, UFC. Again, that was something I never got into. And the first time you see me calling a cricket match, you know that I have been kidnapped and forced into something. Because if I don't understand chess, I don't know what to say about cricket. And I know it's growing here in America. Like the U.S. team had a big upset in the T23 World Cup. I only know that because of someone that I work with at the other network that I do commentary for. He's big into cricket, and it's coming to the Olympics for some unknown reason in Los Angeles. No one here is going to be able to understand it, but it's coming to the Olympics. I know nothing about cricket. Absolutely nothing. Other than it could take forever. Anyway. 1-4. Zheng serves into the net. Zheng serves. Forehand reply from Sabalenka is smoked. And the backhand is into the net from Zheng. The funny thing about cricket is the bit on Family Guy about cricket. I have no idea if anyone here knows what I'm talking about. But it's just quite a funny clip. Them talking about cricket. And that's basically a good representation of my understanding of the sport. Anyway, I don't need to be talking about cricket when I'm calling a tennis match. It's love 15. Zheng has missed that first serve out wide. Second serve from Zheng to the backhand of Sabalenka cross court. Zheng ranges back to the backhand deep, looped on back by Sabalenka. Flat forehand from Zheng, looped again by Sabalenka. Forehand is missed long. There's the Family Guy cricket. Gosh, that was so stupid, just like that entire show is. 15-all. Zheng serves up the tee, misses. Yosip says, "Are you the Jim Ross of tennis commentary?" Oh dear. Zheng serves up the tee. Sabalenka ropes that return back. It's wide. Super Dave is with us here, and he can turn a phrase too. Apparently, Matt is cooler than a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce. He can commentate anything. I can't say I've ever heard that one, but I might steal it. I will credit you. Zheng serves out wide, misses. Might do that when doing the NASCAR race this weekend in Atlanta, which I'm doing on another network. I might cite you on that. Second serve is there. Sabalenka sharp return. Backhand into the net from Zheng. It's 30-all. So the real Hector, doesn't Ash Barty play cricket? She did play cricket, right? It was one of those two, cricket or rugby. I think it was cricket. It would be hard to imagine rugby. Rugby is a ridiculous sport. Now, I've fallen in love with rugby the last couple of Olympics, including this past Olympics. Serve there from Zheng, misses. The first time I ever watched rugby, I had no understanding of it whatsoever, but you can rather easily catch on to that, especially if you have some kind of a background on an American football. You can kind of piece together the missing puzzle pieces. Served to the backhand of Sabalenka by Zheng, who rips a forehand. Sabalenka gets it back off forehand, misses, slides wide from Zheng, and here's another break point for Sabalenka. So Sabalenka with another break point. I don't think you could say that Zheng has played badly here, but she is on the brink of being 5-1 down. Serves out wide at the half-hour mark and misses. Second serve is there. Sabalenka pokes the return back off forehand from Zheng. Slice back in up the line. Sabalenka, good change of pace. Zheng's able to pick up the pace on the cross-court forehand. Oh my goodness, and then Zheng has just hit the worst shot in the world you could ever think of her hitting. Wow, I'm not sure what the decision-making there was on that shot. She tried to hit a scoop forehand, and she's just terribly missed it. I was going to say driven it into the ground, but I don't know if it was driven anywhere. She's tapped it into the ground. It hit the floor before it hit the net. Sabalenka's broken again. It's 5-1. And Sabalenka is serving for the set. Serve here from Sabalenka. That return is lined long from Zheng. I was talking earlier about the road to get to this point for these two players. And Zheng has been on the court the longest entering the quarterfinals of any of the remaining women. Serve out wide Sabalenka. Backhand by Zheng is good. Forehand Sabalenka, who good into the deuce court corner from Zheng, but then she's missed that forehand. Entering this match, she had been on court for 1 minute shy of 9 hours, Zheng, and Sabalenka, meanwhile, just 5.5. Just to illustrate that point. Of course, three-set matches has a lot to do with that for the gold medalist. Sabalenka, 30 love, 2 points from the set. Serves into the net. Second serve, Sabalenka, and then she kicks that one just long for the double. Let's see here. We've got more cricket and rugby comments. I didn't realize that's where we were going here, but I am here for it. Sabalenka serves. Backhand reply by Zheng. Off forehand Sabalenka. She's missed hit that. It's gone long, 30 all. Zheng fighting to try to stay in the set. That's Ghosty. Hello, Ghosty. That's the family. I almost said Family Feud, sorry. The Family Guy cricket reference. Again, that's my representation of what I understand of the sport. I've had 2 Brits that I talk to on a semi-regular basis that I work with try to get me into it. I have no understanding of it. Serve out wide from Sabalenka, terrific. Zheng's return not close, and Sabalenka here's arrived at a set point here. It's just overpowering the Olympic gold medalist. Served by Sabalenka misses. Second serve now. High ball toss as usual. Ooh. Serve is clipped off the let cord and it's ricocheted long, so she double faults there, and one chance at a set point goes away. 13 unforced errors now from Sabalenka. Fortunate for her, Zheng's at 10. Sabalenka serves. Deep in the court, hit that backhand Zheng. Good approach shot from Sabalenka. The volley's off the let court. It holds up for Zheng. Oh my goodness, and then Sabalenka gets it back with a good stab at it. Zheng's forehand off the ground is into the net. And Sabalenka with another set point. Unbelievable stab, just throwing that racket into the sky and somehow spearing it. Another set point for Sabalenka. Harpoons a serve out wide, but it's a let. John says he's on the 200th watching of rugby and he's still not sure. That's fine. I don't know everything about it. Backhand return from Zheng. Big forehand Sabalenka. Loop back by Zheng. And then Sabalenka overcooks that forehand. It's deuce again. Dave says, my wife has an aunt named Cricket. Oh, okay. Well, there was the character, and I'm imagining she's still on there. I think the actress is the daughter of like one of the creators, but there was the actress or the character on Young and the Restless named Cricket. Boy, I know that thanks to my grandmother. Serve out wide by Zheng. That return just drops wide. She always had the ongoing feud with Phyllis, because when you have a soap opera, you have to have many feuds. This is the analysis you were all here for. Another set point for Sabalenka. Serves up the tee. Zheng makes the return. Up the line, the backhand, Sabalenka, and Zheng blocks it back wide. And Sabalenka takes the first set in dominant fashion, 6-1. So Sabalenka, 36 minutes, takes the opening set, 6-1. Zheng did not play that badly early, I wouldn't say. Not from where I was sitting. I didn't think she was playing badly early. Sabalenka out-hitting her, though. 7 winners from Sabalenka, 4 from Zheng. Dominant first set there from Aryna Sabalenka. And Ghosty says, I had a phone plan from Cricket once. Yes, remember them? Let's see. John says Saba did well there. Has been that way since Cincy, I think. He says about Ghosty saying that this is Sabalenka's tournament to lose. John says, who are you supporting on the women's singles side, people? Give me one name. Ghosty, fingers crossed during the second set. Matthew gives us his hot takes on Mexican soap operas. See, I didn't watch those with my grandmother. Dave says, oh snap, Matthew is dropping soap operas. Nothing compares to nighttime soap operas. Soap opera Dallas. I currently drive a J.R. Ewing Mercedes diesel. Okay, so I don't know if there was anyone cooler than a Lone Star J.R. The J.R. Ewing. The Ewing clan of Dallas. Oh my. So I wasn't around, of course, for the original Dallas. I have gone back and watched some. Now, I watched the remake of Dallas that was on TNT. Boy, they put up... they wrote a lot of drama into that show. Didn't last very long, unfortunately. There was a Scottish football referee called Dallas. He was rubbish, says John. He couldn't have been worse than Anthony Taylor, let me tell you. Anthony Taylor is terrible, and for some reason, yes, there we go. The night JR was shot, yes. Oh gosh, it was the biggest episode in television history, other than the MASH finale. Qinwen Zheng to serve to start the second set. Needing to find some answers. She's missed the first serve. Second serve is into the net. Well, it's not the best start now, is it? Was it you, Ghosty? Did Ghosty shoot JR? Oh, man. Ghosty is not old enough to remember Dallas nor MASH. Zheng serves, and I mean, that forehand return by Sabalenka just froze Zheng. Her feet in quicksand, and it's love 30. Well, needing to find answers to her problems, she hasn't found it here to start the second set. Serve is into the net from Zheng against a player here in Sabalenka that's won 32 of the 35 sets that she has played in majors this year. Serve to the backhand of Sabalenka, to the backhand of Zheng. Cross-court Sabalenka. Zheng on the stretch, and the forehand is into the net. Sabalenka's going to get 3 break points here at love 40. Real trouble here is the Chinese. Emma Navarro awaits in the semifinal. Zheng at love 40 serves, and she has lashed out an ace up the tee. Coasty says, John is right, I'm only 17. I remember 17. 1540 serve. It's a good one. Sabalenka can only block it back into the net, so 2 break points saved by Zheng here. 30-40. Can she save one more? Dave also said the old ones are amazing. Drinking by 9:30 in the morning. Good stuff. Does anyone know what the actors were actually drinking, though? I've always wondered. Zheng serves. Missed the first one out wide. Zheng has only won a handful of points when serving. Backhand reply here from Sabalenka. Backhand deep Zheng. Cross-court forehand Sabalenka. Zheng on the move. Gets the forehand back. Backhand rifled up the middle Sabalenka. And the off backhand misses wide from Zheng. And Sabalenka has broken immediately to start the second set. So Sabalenka up a set and a break. And off and running. Beautiful shot of the New York skyline with a plane taking off in the distance. Plastered up against the burnt orange scene in the background. That just holds us breathless as we look upon it. That sounded more poetic than I was going for. Apologies. Here's Sabalenka serving. I don't know where we've gone here. Zheng's return into the net. It's 15 love. I mean, I suppose if we're going to talk TV, Sabalenka goes out wide. Zheng makes the return, and Sabalenka's forehand into the middle of the net. If we're going to talk about TV shows, so I used to always think that I would never, ever think that there was a show better, in my opinion, than Friends in my lifetime. Then I discovered How I Met Your Mother and Modern Family. Sabalenka, big serve, backhand reply from Zheng. Off forehand, Sabalenka. Zheng on the move, throws up a lob. Sabalenka backpedals and watches it as it lands beyond the baseline. It's 30-15. So now, Friends, Modern Family, How I Met Your Mother. If someone asked me which one I liked better, I don't know if I could give you a straight answer. 30-15 serve Sabalenka, blocked back by Zheng. Sabalenka steps up, hits a drop shot. She hit that one well, and Zheng is unable to get it back in play. It's 40-15. Ghosty says Iga loves Modern Family. Okay, so John says Seinfeld or Curb. So, okay, a lot of people say that about both shows. Obviously, there's some connection between those two. As Sabalenka serves out wide, Zheng makes the return. Big forehand, Sabalenka. Zheng on the defensive, and she knifes that backhand wide, and Sabalenka has consolidated the break for 2 love. So, see, I never watched Seinfeld, and I understand that something about a creator or something of Seinfeld then created Curb, and I never watched Seinfeld. That's probably my issue on that. Dave says Arrested Development. I haven't even heard of that, I don't think. See, I'm very... when I say I haven't heard of something, you'll hear me say that a lot when it comes to TV or movies or whatever, because I'm so inundated on a daily basis with sports. Zheng, big serve out wide there. It's a let. Still first serve. Another let. I don't know if Friends had a really good storyline. How I Met Your Mother told a story better than probably any show ever. I laughed so hard just watching Modern Family. There's a serve out wide for an ace. Zheng at 104. Third ace from Zheng. In danger of losing to Sabalenka on a big stage again. Sabalenka blocks a return back, my goodness, and that just kept carrying and finally dropped just inside the baseline. Zheng could do nothing about that. 15 all. That was a bit awkward. Serve out wide from Zheng, and the return blocked into the net from Sabalenka, 30-15. I laugh hard when I see Zachary is still in the top 10, says John. That comment shouldn't have made me laugh as much as it did. How in the world is that possible? Sabalenka makes a return. Zheng pushes her out wide with the forehand. Forehand into the net from Sabalenka. It's 40-15. Honestly, she's always so high in the rankings. And she's always such a high seed at these. And I'm like, how? There's always been some players like that. Ever since I became a fan of the sport, I don't understand how they keep such a high ranking. Like, what are they doing? Anyway. Zheng serves up the tee. Sabalenka, oh my gracious. Just hits the fuzz off the ball on that backhand return up the line. It's a winner. Her fourth return winner of the match. Placed that neatly inside the line. Still a game point for Zheng at 40-30. In the near end, Zheng goes big on the first serve. Misses at 110. Here comes the second serve. Toss up, serve down. Sabalenka cranks it cross court. Zheng stretches out the backing up the line. Sabalenka forehand deep into the ad court corner. Zheng, and cutting that backhand wide is Sabalenka. And with the great one Roger Federer watching on, Zheng is able to hold to get on the board in this second set. Sabalenka up a break at 2-1. We just missed the tournament she does well at, so do her competitors. And I'm a Zachary fan, John goes on to say. He could have fooled me. Though she does have bad taste in boyfriends. Oh, man. This match going the way many of us feared, yes. Ghosty, who is Zachary's boyfriend? I missed that bit of gossip. Well, of course, did anyone do the mixed doubles match between Tsitsipas and when Tsitsipas and Badosa played each other? I mean, the lines write each other on that one. It's two love. See what I did there? True love, two love. Okay, it's a bad joke. That's normally the only jokes I tell are bad ones. Oh my. We need Zheng to make this competitive. Or we're in real trouble with the things we're coming up with to talk about. Anyway, Sabalenka set to serve at 2-1. Took the first set in straightforward fashion, 6-1. Roger Federer just got shown on the big board inside the stadium. He gets a standing ovation, as you might imagine. He gets a standing ovation wherever he goes. He could sell out an exhibition tennis match in the parking lot of an Ingles in middle of nowhere, North Carolina. They would sell that place out. I'm going to show some random messages as banners, says John. Oh, Lord. Federer retires. Oh, Lord. Sabalenka set to serve. In the near court, here she goes. Out wide, Zheng's return with Sabalenka coming into the net is into the net. Sampras gets 14 majors. 15 love. Oh, gracious me. Sabalenka high ball toss, serve down, forehand reply is missed. Long from Zheng, who just has not had it. It's a comment earlier, I think it was from John, about all the time she's been out on the court in this tournament, and of course coming off the Olympics. Sabalenka at 30 love, serves big and misses. 114 on the serve. Trying to get back to the semifinals here at the U.S. Open again. Serves to the backhand of Zheng. Backpedaling forehand Sabalenka. Up the middle goes Zheng. Cross-court a backhand. Good shape by Sabalenka. Now goes with a forehand. Fired up the middle. Cross-court forehand Zheng. Big angle on that forehand from Sabalenka. And it's a winner into the deuce court. Fine piece of shot making right there. 40 love. Cincinnati champion. Racing out to a big lead here in this U.S. Open quarterfinal. What a unbelievable run she went on in Cincinnati. Serve out wide. Zheng makes the return. Forehand by Sabalenka neatly just inside the baseline. Now hits a backhand. Blocked on back by Zheng. Drop shot from Sabalenka comes to the net. It's not a great approach. Oh, and Zheng puts a forehand right off the waiting racket of a volleying Sabalenka. The volley has gone long. Awkwardly hit. It's 40-15. That run in Cincinnati with wins over Elisabetta Cocciadetto, Elena Svitolina, Samsonova, Swiatek enormously, and then Pegula in the final. I mean, that's a heck of a run to a title. Sabalenka serves out wide. Return, well, it's a let on the serve. I mean, there's not a bad player that she played right there. And those names mentioned. Serve here to Zheng's forehand. Sabalenka cranks it back in up the middle. Up the line goes Zheng. Sabalenka stretches out. Forehand into the ad court corner. Sharp angled backhand there from Zheng, who hits another one, but this one's in the net. Sabalenka holds. 3-1. She's played some fine players in this tournament, too, for that matter. Has Sabalenka. Mentioned matches she has won, already beating Alexandrova and Mertens. Ghosty turns 30. Zheng serves. Having won just 2 games so far. of the 11 that's been played. Missed the first serve out wide. Here comes the second. Kicks that into the backhand of Sabalenka. Forehand looped on back by Zheng deep. Forehand of Sabalenka cross court. Flat forehand Zheng. Spooned on back there by Sabalenka. Off forehand by Zheng. Sabalenka hoisting up a looping backhand, and Zheng drives it into the net. Love 15. Zheng serves out wide. Misses again. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yes. Dave mentioned Serena said Dimitrov had a black card after starting to date Sharapova. I remember that. Oh, my goodness, do I remember that exchange. Here's a backhand return winner from Sabalenka. She's hit another return winner, and it's love 30. Yeah, I absolutely remember that. Ghosty says if this match had a soundtrack, it would be Clara Burrell responding to a John Silk statement. Oh, Lord. Zheng at love 30. Serves up the middle, and that has just caught a line. It's an ace at triple ones. Third ace of this set as she's been going for broke more on the serves. 15-30. And there's another ace. Goes out wide, and a swing and a miss from Sabalenka. Strike one. With 2 on and 2 out. 30 all. Zheng at the far end. Serves out wide as she hit another one. No, that one just missed. After back-to-back aces. Tosses that serve. Oh, that's into the net. And a break point for Sabalenka to go up a double break. Yeah, we don't talk when when I'm on the channel. We don't talk about Serena versus Sharapova. That brings up far too many bad memories for this Sharapova fan. Thank you. Here's Zheng serving up the tee and misses. I much rather would rather talk about her record against Ana Ivanovic or Sarah Irani or someone like that. Kick serve to the backhand of Sabalenka, and that is fired into the net. Sabalenka throws her shoulders down at that after missing an opportunity to attack that serve on a break point. So it's deuce. Zheng has been able to fight back in this game. Serve to the forehand of Sabalenka. That was looped off. Sabalenka, what an angle on the backhand. My goodness. Zheng put on the run there. And another chance for Sabalenka to claim the break. Man, that running backhand. Zheng just really has no answers. As Sabalenka goes after a double break lead one more time. Here's Zheng serving. Goes out wide, misses again. Twirling the racket in her hand, Sabalenka. Zheng with the toss and the serve. Backhand reply, Sabalenka. That was smoked. Backhand return is into the net from Zheng, and Sabalenka breaks again for 4-1. And Aryna Sabalenka, on 1 hour, has won 10 games to Qinwen Zheng's 2. Wow. This has been one-way traffic. Let's see here. Okay, Dave says, I always called Sharapova Dirty Maria because I was just hoping for something. In the closet, maybe. She's such a boring interview. Sharapova came from moderately humble beginnings, says Ghosty, if I recall. I remember feeling more empathy for her after her post-retirement press told the whole story. Ghosty says, true that, she was a very boring interview. Yes, I had, yeah, Sharapova leanings for sure. That's a good way to put that. We don't like to talk about our head-to-head with Aryna. So I'm probably going to get the years wrong at some point. The years are all run together in my head, but the stretch where Maria became so amazing on clay, which was no one ever expected. But I'm pretty sure it was 2012. She beat Aryna in the French Open final to complete the career slam. And she had this amazing run on clay. So then in 2013, oh, by the way, in that 2012 French Open, that's when Serena lost to Virginie Rosano in the first round. And I'm doing all of this off memory here, so forgive me if I get some of the specifics wrong. So Maria goes on this unbelievable run on clay. They get to the French Open the next year, and it would seem as if they're going to meet in the final again. And of course, Serena always beats Maria after 2004, after Maria beat her at Wimbledon and the tour final in Los Angeles. And then she never beat her again, of course. And then they play in that French Open final, and I am jacked up because this is when Maria is going to beat Serena on clay at the French Open final. Maria played well, not great. Serena won, of course she did. Drives me freaking crazy. Then, of course, we come back in 2014. I'll continue that story in a moment. Sabalenka serves out wide. Zheng makes the return. Cross-court forehand from Sabalenka is terrific. Up with a lob. Zheng overhead is perfect from Sabalenka. So we come back to Roland Garros in 2014. Serena loses second or third round, I can't remember, second or third, to what was then an unknown Garbiñe Muguruza. And then it opens up the draw for Maria. Like, okay, here we go. So, and John's helping us out here by putting pictures up. Thank you. Zheng with a backhand return, cross-court forehand from Sabalenka. Zheng with a sharp angle on the running forehand, and then Sabalenka responds by arrowing a forehand up the line. That's a winner for 30 love, my goodness. She is flying along here. I better complete this story quickly, or the match is going to be over at this point. So Serena loses to Muguruza in 2014, opens up the draw for Maria, and then Maria puts me through emotional hell the next handful of rounds because all the matches are going 3 sets. And it's like, what is going on? Sabalenka serves. Zheng hammers the return. Up the middle of the backhand, Sabalenka. Off backhand there from Zheng. Was it just inside the deuce corner? No. And it's 40 love. And, I mean, seriously, that's what it felt like, was going through emotional hell every single one of these matches, because Sharapova rolled through her first 3, I'm wanting to say. She even won one of the matches, double bagel. And then all of a sudden, something turned around. Big serve up the tee there from Sabalenka. That's swatted back by Zheng, and it's long. It's 5-1. She had to go 3 sets against Stosur, Sam Stosur. She had to come from a set down and go 3 sets against Stosur, beat her. She had to come from a set down against Muguruza, who made the quarter. She got demolished by Muguruza in the first set, came back. Then she had to come from a set down against God blessed Jeannie Bouchard in the semis. Then in the final against Halep, who was the higher seed, and most people are still learning about Halep, and Sharapova's a heavy favorite. She wins the first set, looked like she's going to win the second set, then Halep comes back. Crazy, stupid tiebreak, which Halep somehow wins, and then Sharapova wins a 6-4 third set. That was a ridiculous match. And you want to know what I remember from that French Open final, from when she beat Halep, which was her last Slam title, and one that I hold very closely to my heart as a Sharapova fan. You want to know what I remember from that, as Zheng misses the serve? I remember not being able to watch it on NBC because in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area that I am in, as Sabalenka is unable to make that return off the let cord, the day or 2 days prior, the great Maya Angelou had died. And of course, she had such close connections to North Carolina in this area, and they covered the funeral on the local NBC station. And I could not watch the French Open final. I had to keep refreshing my phone to get the score. Here's a scooped back return by Sabalenka. That's my memories of the 2014 French Open final, which everyone here was dying to hear. Meanwhile, a great rally is going on. Sabalenka with a drop shot. Zheng slices it back, and Sabalenka's unable to pick it up, and then she does the splits at the far end of the court. Sabalenka, she's missed that forehand into the net. Yeah, that was the other thing. The picture of Sharapova and Halep. I mean, that was what everybody was talking about, was Sharapova's like twice her size. It's unbelievable. Anyway, missing that French Open final on NBC is like a traumatic period of my time, of my life. As Zheng is serving at 30 love, it's going to go down. It's going to be like chapter 7 of my memoir. Served by Zheng, misses out wide. It's a double fault. John says, I don't know who she is. Yeah, she was big over here a long time ago. 30-15. See, I'll stop talking about Maria Sharapova now, because once I do, I don't stop normally. Serve out wide from Zheng is terrific, and it's 40-15. Zheng at the near end here. Serves up the tee. That's an ace, so she holds for just the third game that she's won in this match. Sabalenka's going to serve for the match at 5-2. Dave says, indeed, US TV would never do that to the NFL. That's for sure. Not only would they not do it to the NFL, they wouldn't do it really for most other sports that were on NBC, but with it being tennis, you know. Would they have done it if Serena was in the finals? Probably not. So, I've enjoyed my time on here tonight. Not going to end up being on here very long tonight, it would seem. Sabalenka is rolling. If she is able to win this match, which obviously looks very likely, she will improve her record to 16-1 this year in majors. Of course, after not competing in one of them earlier. And for Qinwen Zheng, unfortunately, just has not been her night. And again, I'll just say again, early in the match, she was down early at one point, maybe 3-1, 4-1, something like that, and she had not played badly. Sabalenka had just outplayed her on crucial points. It's like after she got down 4-1, 5-1, it was like there was no turning it around, which was unfortunate. As here's Sabalenka serving for the match. She goes out wide to the forehand of the Olympic gold medalist. Cross-court backhand from Sabalenka, sliding into a backhand Zheng, and Sabalenka's into the net. Have had fun tonight, though. This has been a very fun blowout. Serve from Sabalenka. Misses long. Of course, missed Wimbledon, as I mentioned earlier. So the only loss that she has had at a slam this year was at the French in the quarters. Backhand return Zheng. Backing up the middle Sabalenka. Forehand deep from Zheng. Off forehand Sabalenka. Cross-court backhand there from Zheng, who then goes big but into the net. So that quarter-final loss at the French Open to Mira Andreeva in 3 very entertaining sets. The only time she's lost at a slam this year, of course, to get to the quarterfinals at the French, she beat, in the 4th round, Emma Navarro, who it looks like she'll be playing here on Thursday in a semifinal. Sabalenka serves up the tee and misses. So the question will be, is when we get to Thursday, has Sabalenka been able to put away these semifinal losses? Serve out wide is terrific. Kicking away from Zheng, spinning and twirling away from her. Sabalenka serves up another ace to get to within 2 points of the match at 30-15. Remember that run? She lost all of those semifinals. I mean, this was just last year and the year before, and I think even 21 too. Has she gotten beyond that? Find out on Thursday. Serve up the middle, block back by Zheng, knifed up the middle by Sabalenka, who then is able to direct a cross-court backhand into the deuce court corner, but it's long, so it's 30 all. I'm going to rely on John to save me here if I am mistaken after this point. As Sabalenka serves to the forehand of Zheng, and that returns long, so here's a match point. But I am assuming that the channel will have Tiafoe and Dimitrov coming up here in what'll be just a few moments, I'm guessing. If I'm wrong on that, John, please correct me. As here is Sabalenka on match point. Misses the serve as it goes long. Second serve is there. Zheng drives the backhand return deep. Forehand up the middle, Sabalenka. Off backhand, really good from Zheng. And that's scooped on back and long from Sabalenka. So match point saved there, and it's 40. It's deuce now. Zheng trying to stay alive here. High toss-up, serve down, Sabalenka. Backhand reply, Zheng. Cross-court forehand, Sabalenka, really good. Stretched out, Zheng. Off forehand, Sabalenka comes to the net. Hits an awkward volley, but she hits it well, and it's a winner. And it's another match point. Oh, yes, Miles is on for Dimitrov and Tiafoe coming up. Very good. Stay tuned in for that. And here's Sabalenka, another chance to finish it here. Tour de force tonight. At the near end, Sabalenka serves up the tee. Zheng is unable to make the return, and Aryna Sabalenka is back in the Final Four in New York. And the arena stands high for Sabalenka. This was a magnificent performance from the number 2 seed. The Belarusian moves forward into the semifinals once again. The beaten finalist here a year ago in an unbelievable run of form here after taking the title in Cincinnati. Australian Open champion earlier this year. She is dominating on the hard courts. It doesn't take long for Qinwen Zheng to pack her bags and leave. She'll want to forget this performance. The Olympic gold medalist with another terrific run at a Grand Slam this year, but it's been a very disappointing night for her here. Only 3 games she wins tonight, 6-1 and 6-2. Aryna Sabalenka bashes her way into another U.S. Open semifinal. Of course, for Qinwen Zheng, finalist in Melbourne, Olympic gold medal in Paris, and then the quarterfinal here. But for Sabalenka, pushes her record to 16-1 in slams this season. She has been a dominant force when healthy. And it was a terrific performance tonight. 6-1 and 6-2 is how Sabalenka books her ticket into the semifinal. And Emma Navarro awaits. That should be a fascinating semi. Navarro and Sabalenka on Thursday. Excited for that one. And of course, tomorrow the other 2 women's quarters to be played. Swiatek and Pegula should be terrific. Haddad Maia and Mukova. I think that's a coin toss right now. But Sabalenka moves forward. Dominant tonight over Qinwen Zheng. So, as I said, enjoyed the time on the channel tonight. Hope you did, but it wasn't very long, was it? 73 minutes is all it takes for Aryna Sabalenka to eliminate Qinwen Zheng tonight. So again, stay tuned. Coming up here on the channel in just a few moments, Frances Tiafoe and Grigor Dimitrov. Miles on the coverage there. I'll be back tomorrow night for Swiatek and Pegula. Hope you'll join me tomorrow night, putting an end to my U.S. Open on the channel. It has been a very fun last week and a half. So for now, we say so long, but stay tuned in for Dimitrov and Tiafoe. Again, it's Sabalenka who takes care of business, if I can speak properly. 6-1, 6-2 over Qinwen Zheng. Good night. Stay tuned.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.